Hi guys, welcome to Counterpoints. My name is Connor, and today we're going to be breaking down the lore of Space Marine 2 as if it were a movie. This masterpiece in art was released late last year, and it is massively rich in lore and visuals, making it difficult to break down. But, as my commissar always said, how do you eat a Carnifex? And the answer is one bite at a time. Whether you're a noob or veteran of the 40k universe, I invite you to come along for the ride, and at minimum, I can show you something cool, and at maximum, I can teach you about this beautiful, dark, gritty, violent, and complex world. If you need a refresher, please check previous episodes, but know that a shamed hero of the Ultramarines chapter, Lieutenant Demetrian Titus, has returned from exile and service in the Death Watch. Titus was mortally wounded by a Carnifex, but saved through surgery, transforming him from a firstborn Space Marine to a Primaris. Since his recovery, he has reactivated orbital guns, taking out a Tyranid hive ship, and has been redispatched to assist the Adeptus Mechanicus. If some of those words seem alien, please watch previous episodes, and don't worry, I'll explain more. This episode is brought to you by Mastermind Models and Miniatures. They are a phenomenal paint studio out of Huntsville, Alabama, who are waiting for your commission idea. You know darn well that you're just going to spend another fortune on plastic gray kits that are just going to sit there in your pile of shame, and it will take years to get them on the battlefield. Instead of procrastinating, let Mastermind Models and Miniatures bring your imagination to life. Go to the link down in the description below and tell them that we sent you.
Archmagos, for the last time, we must get you off-world!
Assessment equals inordinate ignorance.
We'll be overrun in minutes!
By the omnissiah cease interruptions.
Major.
Akran finally sends me what I asked for.
Archmagos, it is imperative you evacuate immediately.
Detroit will not leave without the data. Relocate to my facility. I will instruct Servervox.
Make ready to leave. This will not take long. Major, I have a second unit working on a theoretical that should buy you some time.
My lord! I've lost 3 squads trying to reach that lab. We think something's out there.
Noted.
The Emperor protects.
Major Sakana, you were correct. There was a Lictor out here.
I suspect you have already dealt with it.
Indeed. It will not trouble you again.
Very good, my lord.
In the previous battle, Lieutenant Titus's squad lost Brother Elion, which Sergeant Gadriel mourns. Lieutenant Titus reminds him that the mission continues and they are all at risk, which Sergeant Gadriel bristles at. Lieutenant Titus is a veteran of 400 years of combat, has just returned from a secretive tour of duty with the Death Watch, and is closed off from his brothers. Sergeant Gadriel recognizes these abnormalities and seems to resent Titus taking over the squad. Many Astartes have service studs on their foreheads that mark their time as a Space Marine. There's conflicting lore, however, silver studs are typically representative of 50 years of service, and gold studs 100. Titus has 4 gold studs, meaning he is approximately a 400-year veteran, almost as old as his mentor, Blade Guard Sergeant Meteris, indisputably older than Chapter Master Marnius Calgar based on his appearance in this game. Timelines get wonky in Warhammer 40k, but the truth is, Astartes are believed to be close to biologically immortal, although doomed to die on the battlefield. The current oldest Space Marine who is not interred in a dreadnought is the 1,500-year-old Chapter Master Dante of the Blood Angels. Despite Captain Acheron, Sergeant Gadriel, and even Brother Chiron being veterans of decades of war, they are neophytes compared to Titus. Titus, with few words and fewer complaints, is ordered to assist the Mechanicus under Archmagos Nozick retrieve vital data from a facility on Kadaku, which brings us to the Mechanicus. The Adeptus Mechanicus is arguably the most powerful of the Imperium's factions. They are a transhuman tech cult born on Mars who worship knowledge as divine, and the Emperor as knowledge made flesh, or as they like to call it, the Omnissiah. Despite the Emperor's hostility to religion, he needed the warships, Titans, Knights, and technology of the Mechanicus of Mars, and so he brokered an agreement with them. The Mechanicus could continue their religion, they would have political autonomy over technology, and the Imperium would provide them with potent psychers to help guide their ships through the warp. In exchange, the Mechanicum would produce the ships, war machines, and armaments the Imperium needed to conquer the galaxy. The double-headed Aquila is representative of the twin powers of Mars and Earth. The closed eye of Terra contemplates the past, and the open eye of Mars looks to the future. Archmagos Nozick is a high priest of this technological order, and despite being supposedly subservient to the Imperium, Nozick knows his importance. The Archmagos requisitions the Astartes to assist him in his mission. In order to make it to the facility, the fire team must cross Badlands. The fire team finds fallen guardsmen and brothers and marks the dead for recovery by apothecary. Apothecaries are the medics of the Space Marines, but when a brother falls, they are dispatched to recover their gene seed, specifically the progenoid gland. On top of having 3 lungs, 2 hearts, hormonal modifiers, enhanced strength, durability, speed, senses, and neural enhancements, Marines grow 2 progenoid glands. One is located in the chest and the other in the neck. These are genetic blueprints which can be harvested and used to grow a new suite of organs that can create a new Astartes. In this way, Marines become a link in a chain of warriors stretching back millennia. It is considered a last honor to the dead, a way that they can live on through a brother, and a critical process to ensure a chapter's survival. These brothers were brought down by a vicious predator, a solitary hunter known as a Lictor. Tyranids have a variety of combat forms, and one of their most treacherous is the Lictor. They are ambush predators with chameleonic skin, capable of blending into the backgrounds from which they strike. Lictors are scouts who will often reconnoiter ahead of the Tyranid swarm in order to find enemies and fauna worth consuming. They have mantis-like talons, vicious claws, and their barbed and tentacled mouths are designed for consuming brain matter. It is quite possible that Brother Elion, who was killed by a shot clean through his helmet, may have succumbed to a lightning-fast puncture of the Lictor, intent on consuming his brains. The fire team succeeds in their revenge of the fallen. Using Titus's experience and their own lightning-fast reflexes, the fire team is able to dodge the attacks of the Lictor and impale him with his own talons. They move through the facility burning rippers with a flamer, also known as a pyreblaster. Rippers, while maggot-shaped vermin, can and do take on targets many times their size. It is believed that if they are cut off from a hive fleet, they will burrow into the ground and gestate into a more complex creature. It is speculated that all Tyranid combat forms start as rippers, and all rippers can grow into something more deadly. It is therefore recommended that any planet reclaimed from Tyranids be thoroughly purged with deep tilling of the soil and fire. After recovering the data, Archmagos Nozick finally agrees to evacuate.
Archmagus, confirm receipt of data stream.
This is Lirio. Transmission received. Nozick is on the Thunderhawk. Standing by.
Get him out of here.
Yes, sir.
Major Sarkana, what's your status?
We've lost a lot of men, a lot of heavy rounds, but we're still in the fight.
We're coming to you now. Nozick, will they hit? Lirio, do you read me? Major, did you see what happened?
No idea! We saw no impact!
That is territory claimed by the swarms. We need to reach it, fast. There was an armoring chamber below. Jump packs. Sir! The guardsmen.
With respect, my lord! We're Cadians! We can take care of ourselves!
The Tyranids will swarm the crash site. If Nozick is still alive, his time is limited.
Our brothers aboard that Thunderhawk will make quick work of the Tyranids. I hope they survived. Do not admit such a thought. Too many of us have fallen today.
We are at war. Death waits for all of us. Stored biomass. Place them strategically. Weak points only. Engaging thrusters.
Xenos protects their hive.
Stop at nothing. We must reach the crash site. Zoanthrope is dead. We are wasting time. Get those charges in position. They never learn.
Every delay risks the lives of our brothers. Blow this wall now!
Melter charge in position. Explosives ready. Charge armed.
Charge is in position.
Clear the blast area. Blow it!
With pleasure!
Chaos. Sweep the area.
I'm fine. It must be the Rubicon surgery.
When?
2 days.
Find it! Hurry!
We should go.
I said I'm fine.
Nozick is dead. Mission is over.
Whoever did this is long gone.
My lord, we cannot take you. We have ordered.
The orders are Akarans. We cannot allow you on board.
Our lieutenant is wounded. Unless you intend to strike me, we are getting on that ship.
The Thunderhawk carrying Archmagos Nozick is brought down by an unknown source. It's not like there aren't plenty of threats on the planet, and so without skipping a beat, the fire team grabs jump packs to reach the crash site as quickly as possible. Now this is old lore about Firstborn Marines, but until it's contradicted, I'm gonna say it. Before the Primaris Marines, the core of a Space Marine chapter was its tactical squads. These were squads of 5 to 10 Marines that were valued for their flexibility and lethality. While considered the quote-unquote line troops of the Astartes, there was nothing common about them. Each brother had made it through a grueling process before they had the honor of serving on the front line. Assuming the Primaris follow a similar pattern, this is the path of neophyte Marines. New Marines start in the 10th Company, where they will take part in Scout and Vanguard missions as their body acclimates to their own enhancements. Once fully grown, Marines will serve in the stealthy Phobos pattern armor, completing reconnaissance, sabotage, and assassination missions. It is simultaneously a position of safety where a Marine can learn the battlefield, but also a position of utmost danger where they take part in high-risk, high-reward missions to eliminate the Imperium's fiercest enemies. Next, they will participate in the heavy weapons teams. In the days of the Firstborn, these were the Devastator squads, but in the era of the Primaris, this means donning the heavy Gravis armor as a heavy intercessor or aggressor, or scorching the field of battle with Plasma as a Hellblaster or Prometheum as an Infernus squad member. Time spent in heavy weapons teaches Marines to master dangerous weapons and temper their thirst for battle. Once they are tempered, Marines are allowed to don the jump packs of the assault intercessors and leap into battle to close with and destroy the enemy through fire in close combat. It's a wildly dangerous but effective shock tactic. Marines with a knack for mobile warfare may be tapped to be the next generation of pilots and war machine operators as their skills and aptitude allow. It is only once a Marine has proven himself capable in all manners of warfare that he may join the line infantry and serve as a Primaris intercessor. By this time, he is the veteran of many battles and capable of firing every weapon, using every piece of equipment, and maintaining any war gear he may be asked to use on the battlefield. This is how, with minimal ease, relatively newly minted Marines like Sergeant Gadriel and Brother Chiron are able to don the jump packs, fly into the fray, slaughter Tyranids many times their number, find a wall of biomass, mount melta charges to it, blast the wall apart, and make it to the crash site. Death may take any Marine at any moment, but the best Marines kill thousands of their enemies before they go down in a fight. Unfortunately, the fire team is too late to save their brothers or Archmagos Nozick, and they find signs of chaos desecration. The Scarab and the Eye of Tzeentch are both symbols of the traitor Thousand Sun Space Marines and their cultists. It appears they have vandalized the site, impaled Nozick in a grisly display, and fled before Imperial forces could reach them. Titus falls to a knee, weak from the sight of the sigils. He is overcome with revulsion and sickness, a common reaction to signs of the archenemy. This is shocking to his brothers, as Astartes should be conditioned past this kind of reaction, and they fear him wounded. Titus is evacuated alongside an unknown artifact that seems to torture him with its presence. The fire team returns to the battle barge, abandoning Kadaku to its fate. Now, if you want to support, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for new videos, and comment for the comment gods. Your viewership helps me in the algorithm and is appreciated. If you want to take your support a bit further, please become a YouTube member or join us at patreon.com/counterpoints. Check out other videos on the channel, support our sponsors, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until the end.